are now going to compare the things that happened in the New Testament and the Old Testament of that ark. Let's see. Okay, so give us 2 Samuel. 2 Samuel. Okay, 2 Samuel chapter 6 from verse 6 to 9. Everybody, let's read. 1 to go. And when they came to Nachon's threshing floor, Uzzah put out his hand to the ark of God and took hold of it, for the oxen stumbled. Continue. Then the anger of the Lord was aroused against Uzzah, and God struck him there for his error, and he died there by the ark of God. Continue. This should be verse 9 now. And David became angry because of the Lord's outbreak against Uzzah, and he called the name of the place Perez Uzzah to this day. Continue. Verse 9 now. David was afraid of the Lord that day, and he said, how can the ark of the Lord come to me? In another words, who am I that the ark of the Lord should come to me? Luke chapter 1 verse 43. Somebody else said the same thing. Elizabeth. What did she say? Who am I that the mother of my Lord? Who is this mother of my Lord? Ark of the covenant should what? Come to me. This Elizabeth, Elizabeth belonged to the priestly family by marriage. The priestly family was among the highest in the echelon of Jewish hierarchy. She was old in age, she had class, she had vibe, she had everything. In fact, Mary ordinarily would not even go near Elizabeth because they are not in the same category. Jesus is from the tribe of Judah. He's not the priestly class. Mary never even near. Mary was still very young, maybe 14, 12 years. I don't even know whether she had learned how to count her period self. And that period. And she stepped into the house of this woman, and this woman said, who am I? She was feeling unworthy because she recognized by the Holy Spirit what this woman, this little girl, call her girl, this little girl was carrying. The same thing David said. But you Christians of today, you are filled with the Holy Spirit. You are the one who will be saying, who is Mary that I should honor her? You see your life? So the same thing David said about that ark, the same thing Elizabeth, under the power of the Holy Spirit, is saying about this ark. Okay. Give us 2 Samuel again, 6 verse 11. Okay, 1 to everybody read. The ark of the Lord remained in the house of Obed-Edom, the Gittite, 3 months. And the Lord blessed Obed-Edom and all his household. How many months? In Luke chapter 1 verse 56, the Bible says Mary stayed with Elizabeth for how many months? How many months? You think God was not blessing Elizabeth and he kept Mary? Give me 2 Samuel chapter 6 verse 16. Shall we read? 1 to go. Looked through a window and saw King David leaping, and what was he doing? He was leaping. Okay, so when Mary greeted Elizabeth in Luke chapter 1 verse 41, what happened? The Bible said the child in her womb leaped for what? Leaped for what? What was David doing in that place? He was dancing recklessly out of joy because of the presence of the ark. Now, the same thing is happening in Elizabeth's house. Immediately, Mary stepped into her house. She brought what we call the atmosphere of joy because she is the ark carrying the Lord. Listen, when someone who is carrying the Lord comes close to you, you must feel joy. You must feel joy. There is something called aura. There is something called aura. Aura is the charge that your presence carries. And I want to tell you, you cannot be the ark of God. You cannot be the temple of God and not spread joy wherever you go. You cannot, it's not possible. When Mary entered Elizabeth's house, even the child in the womb leaped for joy because somebody who is carrying the electric energy of joy has entered. To watch full videos and get notifications for new ones, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. God bless you.
Sign up with the largest community of Catholics online. Make new friends, chat, post pictures and videos, make and receive audios and video calls, interact with lots of priests and religions. Download the app from Google Play Store.